Let's call the meeting to order. And Jeff, would you read the roll, please?
Commissioner Martin.
Present.
Commissioner Cassidy.
Present.
Commissioner Kiesling.
Here.
Is Commissioner Tucker online? I do not see him, so we have 3 members present, and I will, if and when Colin arrives, I will note for the record when that happens.
And you are the staff that's present, right?
Correct. And Lisa Ridge is present virtually.
Oh, she's online?
Yes.
Is she?
And Commissioner Tucker just entered the meeting.
There's, hi there. Got here.
Okay.
He's here.
Our first item of business is our annual consideration of excess valuation for each of our 4 TIF districts. And you should have received 4 different resolutions, numbered Resolution 2024-01, 02, 03, 04, for the respective TIF districts. Each of them says essentially the same thing and comes to the conclusion that the commission has determined that there's no excess or assessed value that may be allocated to the respective taxing units. And we made that determination largely based upon the reports that we got at our previous meeting. Was it 2 meetings ago now?
Yeah, the March meeting.
Right,
Yes.
the March meeting, which was a summary of our debt obligations and our revenue streams and money that we have available. I don't know what else we would like to say about this. Jeff, do you have any other comments about this?
Nothing other than the reports, and we made it a point at each, after each report to ask the financial advisor what his recommendation would be, and he would recommend that we.
Speak up.
He would recommend that we would not, that we do not have any excess assessed value in any of the districts.
I saw that in the minutes of the meeting, which we will approve later. Okay,
With that, quick question in regards to any excess levy that we have at this particular moment. Have we got our balances of where the TIF dollars are, were in our March presentation?
I think the balances at the end of last year would have been in that
In
report.
that? And our balances are going on a fiscal year that's calendar year? Or,
Calendar year.
okay, we're going on a calendar year in regards to it. So as we draw down from these, the monies that are coming back in what, June and December?
Yes.
Okay, that's when we'll know the additional dollars that we keep in the TIF, because I'm assuming the treasurer, she's got a running total of it all?
Yes, the auditor's office has each TIF fund, we could pull the value as of today if we needed to.
We could ask for that if we wanted to take a look.
Correct.
Just for the public and anyone needing to wonder what kind of dollars it is, as we're unable to give any money back to the other taxing units.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Jeff, I don't have Curry profile, which is 04, right?
Should be.
All I've gone through here. Thanks.
What kind of action do we need to take, Rich?
I think since all these are the same, that we can do them in one
Correct.
vote. Okay. I think what we need is a motion to adopt the 4 resolutions.
Oh,
Chris, do you want to go?
oh, it's fine. Either way, ladies first, always.
Doesn't have to be. Mr. President, I move that we move to approve that there's no excess value, assessed value in the following resolutions. West Side TIF is 2024-01. State Road 46 Corridor TIF is 2024-2. Fullerton Pike TIF is 2024-3, and Curry Profile Type TIF is 2024-04. I move approval of these resolutions, that there is no excess levy in these in these taxing units.
Okay, please note that Colin has arrived.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the four excess assessed value resolutions numbered 2024-01, 2024-02, 2024-03, 2024-04. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Martin,
Yes.
Commissioner Cassidy,
Yes.
Commissioner Kiesling,
Yes.
Commissioner McCarty.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 4-0.
Okay. Any updates on the Ellisville fire situation? I think we have a guest.
So I guess the update is, after talking to two different people who handle these types of fundings, they all indicated that we need to know a actual timeframe which we would receive the equipment. I believe last night, the town council approved a resolution that would authorize the fire chief to go ahead and order the equipment. That resolution is based upon a commitment of the Redevelopment Commission that they would pay for it, even though the financing's still pending and unknown. So I think what Mr. Patton would like is authorization, or at least a comfort level from this group that says, yes, go ahead and place the order based upon all the information that we received. I think when we looked at the payments from kind of the vendor, the dealer payments, they were a little over $200,000 for every 6 months, so $400,000 a year for a 5-year financing. If it goes out further than that, that would reduce the payment, but I think that kind of discussion should happen once we've worked with our financial advisor to determine the best deal. The lending would run through Ellettsville, so they would actually make the payments, but we would have a contract with them on how we would forward the funds to them.
So we're paying $2 million for a vehicle.
Yes, it's, assuming the financing, everything goes through, it's just under 2.2.
And that includes all of its equipment ready to go and put in service, or is there more?
There's no equipment on it. That's just strictly the truck. The equipment, I'm going to be funding out of our cumulative building and equipment fund.
All right, but you've got funds for that?
Yes.
So you can put it into service?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And the expected delivery?
It's changing by 6 months, give or take. When I talked to the company the end of last week, they seemed to think I could get it in around 36 months. He said the week before that, it was actually down to 32.
All right, so that means we would get it before we actually finish paying for it?
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
So do I.
Okay,
Jeff?
yeah, go ahead.
No. When we look at where we're going to get the funding for in order to make this happen, is it coming out of multiple consolidated TIFs, or are we picking one particular TIF?
It would be the West Side TIF.
West Side TIF?
The Curry station is in
The West Side TIF.
the West Side TIF. The bulk of the rest of the districts are not served by
That
their-
particular district. So it'll be specifically out of the West Side TIF?
Correct.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
And as I recall, when we reviewed the estimates for that TIF, we included the 2.2, or roughly $2 million over a 5-year period in that estimate.
Yes.
Okay, so we have assured ourselves that the funds are going to be available. Okay,
Jeff, that west side tip, is that all 47404 zip code? Does that sound right? Kev, does that sound right?
Yeah, yes.
That's what I
It's
thought.
it's located entirely in Richland Township.
Correct.
Zip
Correct, all the
code's
way
like-
out to the GE plant and over. Okay,
All north side of 3rd Street and 48.
okay. So that covered Union Valley too then, right? That's what I
Yes,
thought on the,
and obviously we have automatic aid agreements with everybody in the county. So whether it's another TIF or another jurisdiction, we do go and help them if they ask us, no problem.
so the action of us would be to request that you prepare the contract agreement or do we just say at this point that we agree to funding it and that you will at some future point develop the contract agreement, or how do you want to do
I
that?
think what I think Kevin Patton, Chief Patton would like is for you guys to say you're in agreement with the premise of the redevelopment commission funding the up to $2.2 million vehicle. Of course, that's pending, making sure we get a good financing agreement and things like that. I think that's kind of where we're at. And I'm working with Darla Brown on getting all the documents put together. But like I said, every financial guy I've talked to says you really need to know when you're going to get the truck before they can begin their work.
Our analysis showed that we wouldn't have to incur any new debt to cover this obligation.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Would someone like to make that motion?
No debt, even though the equipment that's going to be used is coming out of another fund? Will that incur debt?
The town of Ellisville, I think, will incur the debt. And so
Okay,
our agreement,
Technically, the vehicle will not incur debt.
No.
Okay, I just want to clear it up.
But all the equipment's already been encumbered. You got that money encumbered already. So it's already taken care of.
Yeah.
We're just going to be reimbursing
Right.
the town through the town.
Correct.
Fire department in order to acquire the equipment.
You guys were able to do that 8 years ago?
it was a little different 8 years ago
Yeah,
because,
but-
That's right.
because we had the
I
cash
remember
on
doing
hand
that.
to pay for it. So the financing is the new component to it.
But based upon Mr. Garatas's financial analysis of the West Side TIF, we won't incur any issues that'll create any problems. It's just how we go through the financing
Correct.
aspect of the $400,000 a year coming out of it.
And I think when we looked at it, we looked at the Curry Pike project and made sure that we just need to make sure those timelines fit together appropriately.
Right.
Well, public safety is absolutely critical, so with that, I'll make a motion to approve up to $2.2 million for purchase of a new fire truck with on the conditions that all the financing is able to be worked out through county legal and the town of Ellisville's legal department.
Second that.
Suit you? Wording wise?
It's me. Does it suit
All right.
Kevin?
Yeah, call
Does
it.
that-
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Martin,
Yes.
Commissioner Cassidy,
Yes.
Commissioner Kiesling. Yes. Commissioner McCarty.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 4-0.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get that thing ordered.
Good luck.
I will.
Get it ordered, keep it looking good, and hopefully we'll never need it.
That's true.
That's right.
Do you have any questions or anything on the small project at the station?
I think working with Darla on that agreement
Okay.
as well. We may have some questions about costs and things like that to make sure because it's changed, so we make sure we got them all right. But
Yeah, the town is going to be able to do all the labor part now, so that'll help offset.
Okay, good.
That'll make it.
That'll help, yes.
That's helpful. Yeah.
Every little bit helps. Appreciate your hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you.
All right, next on our agenda is the affordable housing update. Do you have an update on affordable housing?
But not a very good one, right? When we're looking at that project South Old State 37, we ran into a problem with not being able to hook on to any kind of sewer. We got a letter from the CBU director saying that their policy is that it's just not going to work. And so we're not sure if that's going to be able to move forward. Pretty sure it's not, but I know we're still looking at maybe a couple other options that may be long shots that we haven't gotten all the information back yet. So that's essentially the update is that
Oh, Jeff, they have no capacity, is that what they're saying?
No, the previous administration had put into a policy that they were not going to extend sewer beyond city limits unless the person was, and I think this is right, immediately annexed,
Oh, right,
or
okay, got it.
it was a commercial endeavor. So it's targeted to residential.
And we're,
Unfortunate.
yeah, unfortunate. We're still looking at opportunities, though, in order to utilize those funding in order to start doing something in affordable housing.
I would hope so, but the time's running out on that.
Okay, what kind of time frame would we actually have to incorporate at this particular point since we've got
Well, we
caught
need
in
to have the
between?
contracts in place by the end of the year.
Okay, by 12,
31,
31,
31,
24.
24, the contracts for the funding has to be in, and, there's not a whole lot of projects, and there's not any projects that I'm aware of that wouldn't require some kind of planning process, and the planning process will take a while, and then getting all the specs for the roadways and all that stuff out to bid you'd have to get them out to bid latest November, very latest, and that's pushing it. So it's not real optimistic that's.
Okay,
So
so,
assuming the county has other uses for the funds, if we don't do this,
We'll figure it out.
figure it out. Yes,
but
we have a bridge to build.
is the preference to try to do some affordable housing with these funds?
Yeah.
I think that was the whole point.
That's our
of
whole
earmark.
goal, to try to do that. And what is holding us at the present moment is the previous administration's rule that put in no sewer extensions at this present moment.
Right.
And so,
Which limits where we can
do it.
put it.
I was just gonna say, yeah, limits where we can do it too.
Okay. Okay, well, appreciate you working on that and seeing if we can at least try to get some affordable housing in our community and working towards that with those funds.
Okay, moving on. To our minutes. We have two sets of minutes. One for the meeting of March 20th, where we had Mr. Garataz in to give us our TIF reports. And April 17th, where we had the folks from the school corporation come in and provide us with information about how our funds are being used in the school corporation.
Move to approve both minutes.
Okay,
I
we
didn't
have
find anything missing.
all right, do we have a second?
A second?
We have a motion and a second to approve the submitted minutes for Wednesday, April 17th and March 20th, Monroe County Redevelopment Commission meetings. Please read the roll.
Commissioner Martin,
Yes.
Commissioner Cassidy,
Yes.
Commissioner Kiesling,
Yes.
Commissioner McCarty. Motion is approved, 4-0.
This moves us on to claims. We have one claim this month from FSG Group, and this pertains to our contracts with them that we signed earlier in the year to produce our reports, which they gave to us in March, and to provide us with ongoing support through the remainder of the year. Jeff, do you have anything to add to this?
I do not.
Okay. So there is a report for each of the TIF districts. The west side is $7,973. The Bloomington Township is $2,925. Fullerton Pike is $2,725. And the Curry Pike is $1,925. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
Mr. Garataz does a fine job with reports.
All right,
Thorough, and for 85 hours is what I totaled up here. Well done, and I think we're getting pretty good value.
yeah.
We have for a long time.
Yeah.
So the history is there too.
For us, it's like a cookie cutter. For them, they got all the data already. They just have to update it and push a button. But
right.
if they didn't have the data, this would be a lot of work.
That's the work, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I will note they had, in their reports, they had outstanding questions about the maps that had been provided.
Yes, and
And I think we need to address that at some point this year.
well, I can tell you what we did, and I can forward you. I worked with our GIS specialist, I think I don't know his title, to go through and update the maps based upon the data from the auditor's office and then compare those to our historical maps. And so I think we got the correct maps in the annual reports. And so if I haven't forwarded them, which it sounds like I have not, I will get you those maps.
Okay, good. All right.
That'd be good.
Okay, do we have a motion concerning the claims?
I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims from Financial Solutions Group for $15,550. Please read the roll.
Commissioner Martin,
Yes?
Commissioner Cassidy,
Yes.
Commissioner Kiesling,
Yes,
Commissioner McCarty.
Yes.
Motion is approved, 4-0.
Sign that. Then I'm also going to start around a package of resolutions. And you'll have to assign on 4 different pages. If you'll sign those and pass it on. All right. Okay, while that's occurring, staff have any comments?
Lisa, do you have anything?
I don't think so, unless anybody has any questions for me.
How's your projects? How's Fullerton
Oh,
and
they are
Vernon?
moving along, and if you've gone down and looked on Gordon Pike and looked out at Fullerton Pike, you can definitely see that there is a road being built. So they're making good progress. Vernal Pike's going, and so is the Karst Trail extension. So everything's moving along.
Excellent, thank you.
And Lisa, I was asked this earlier this week. How is the Fullerton Pike project, is that going to be a 2 construction year, or how long do you think that'll take?
Yes, it is slated to be done next fall of 2025. I will say the contractor, when we started out, they had a goal of having 80% of the project done, completed in 2024. So that could move up that fall, but I believe they have till August or November. I'd have to look that they have a completion date with NDOT of 2025.
Okay. Unless it rains like it has been raining. In
That
which
is a
case,
problem,
I think they're going to
but we
slow down.
anticipate those issues.
Okay. Lisa, what's the latest on Hunter Valley?
I do not have an update for Hunter Valley. Jeff, have you been in contact with Kreider?
I talked to Steve today about something different. I'll see him after this. I'm going to go to my daughter's softball game, and his daughter also plays softball, so there's a good chance I will see him.
Yeah.
And if I do, I will ask.
Nothing like sporting business.
I learn a lot about what he's doing at those games.
sure you are.
It's a relaxed environment somehow. Learn a lot.
Colin, these.
We're on to commissioner comments. Colin, do you have any comments? Well, you're going to sign. I'll start over here.
No,
Randy?
only comment is we're continuing on with our projects. We're funding roads. We don't have any money left in our TIF to do anything else from a redevelopment standpoint. So we're going to have to identify over the next few years what we want to do so we can plan ahead for this. And, I appreciate everything you're doing, working on the affordable housing and anything we can do to try to help move some of that along for the individuals in our community. Greatly appreciate everything, Jeff, Lisa.
I don't have anything.
I look forward to the day when the county and the city can work together again, and issues like sewer is not an issue.
That's
Yeah,
right.
so
It would be nice.
that would be nice, yes.
Well, I think what
Tucker, did you have anything you want to say? Okay.
I would just add, when I was talking to city staff, they thought that maybe if the litigation for annexation, once it's over, that they may lift some of these requirements. And there was a week-long trial about 2 weeks ago that I attended. And so hopefully this calendar year, something will get resolved one way or another.
One way or another.
Thank you.
Been a long road on that one.
Yes, it has.
Sure is.
I have nothing in particular. I wanted to mention that there will be a Harrodsburg Festival this weekend.
What?
Harrodsburg Festival
Oh,
this
oh,
weekend.
that's right, that's right.
Harrisburg Heritage Days.
People can go down there and get involved in that area.
They have, sir.
Yeah, man.
I haven't done that for a long time. It's time to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think the rain is stopping for tomorrow, picking up again on Friday, but we have a good weekend forecast. And we better have it because my garden is beginning to take over. This wet, hot weather is just, the weeds are just loving it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I have nothing else.
Call for adjournment?
Okay, with that, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oop, that's a second.
We are adjourned. Thank you all.
All right, thank you.